Hello and welcome to LAKERLAND, where you hear some thoughts from some Laker fans. I am Christian. Along with me is my left hand man, Matt. What is going on, bro?
What's goody? We here.
We
One
here
on one.
fresh off of Christmas Day. It's been a while. It has been a while. It feels weird, man. It feels like we missed a lot. You know what I mean? But
Um, it feels like that, but really missed like one preseason game for real.
missed one preseason game and. Not to cut it, but you know what I mean. Not to what is it called? Not to cut the when you skip straight to it. But there's an expression for that in the term of media. But anyways, not to kind of give it away, but that first game felt like a preseason game if I ever saw it in my life. So
For real. I mean, it was pretty much extended preseason. I mean, how many preseason games is usually like in the standard preseason?
six.
Six, right? So I mean, hey,
We just finished preseason officially, so let's
yeah,
talk about our expectations for regular season. If you do the math, I'm just saying. But yeah, so it feels like it's been a while. It hasn't really. It's been like a week and maybe some change that we haven't talked. But you know how it goes, holiday time. NBA, this was the awkward point of the year where the NBA decided to get around during the busiest time of the year, which is awesome for us, you know, being off of school, being off of work, but to sometimes get this thing going ain't the easiest. But we should be good. I think we're straight now. We back. But we had our week off, you know what I mean? But we back, and so is Lakers basketball. I want to start off by, you know, asking you, how was your Christmas? Any chip drip attire? Anything like that? You know what I mean? Nothing.
I pretty much yeah, I pretty much got my chip drip, but you know what I'm saying? I see you got the chip drip on, looking fly.
I got a few,
Christmas
man.
is real chill, man. Good vibes.
I hear you. I got a few. I got this, and then I got a Kobe sweatsuit that I sent you, and I also got a Lakers hat, and I still got a few more gifts to get into from family members and things like that. And if I know them well, then they most likely hooked it up with some chip drip. So we'll see.
Sweet.
More on that coming soon. Sham's probably going to tweet about it very soon. Keep the notifications on. You know what I mean? Big breaking news over on this side. But let's talk about it, bro. We kicked it off opening day, December 22nd. Highly anticipated. You know that rivalry matchup. You know what they want to call it. I don't know if it's a rivalry anymore. You know, we did our deed. We won the chip. But the Clippers came back home, I guess, and they faced the Lakers. What were your thoughts on this first game, man? We obviously took a slight L.
Took a slight it's kind of like a flashback a little bit of last year. Kind of the same situation. Like it was kind of like, you know what I'm saying? Even though we wasn't that worried about it last year, we didn't know what the outcome was going to be. So it's actually something to be a little bit concerned about, even though it was still the first game of the season. We see how that turned out. So, I mean, every playing itself doesn't really mean nothing to me, honestly.
Yeah, I feel like you said, this was deja vu, bro.
Or,
Watching it all go down was deja vu with a few different pieces. You know what I mean? We obviously got the Montrez mix. Oh, but we skipped over ring night. Real quick, let's tap into that. You know how it is. First of all, man, I wear, I drink. I literally drink. You know, gold right here. I eat. Everything is Lakers, bro. So watching us get the ring was just. Clippers didn't even show up. You know what I mean? They were in the building. I don't know if they had their TVs on. If I'm Ty Lue, I'm saying, yo, you guys got to tune in because this is what champions do. Yeah, maybe y'all could relate one day.
Marcus Morris was there cheering on his brother.
Marcus Morris, he was looking like the mom from Mean Girls when he was.
That's
But
lit though. That's lit though.
I mean, they got a split bank account. Maybe they got a split ring collection as well, you know, jewelry collection. But yeah, bro, we chipped up, you know what I mean? They had it all nice, the family doing it. Some family I feel like gave a crappy ass congratulations.
Yeah, I mean, I know they wasn't built for that. It was actually funny to watch too, because as we was celebrating getting our rings and all that, I looked over to my father and I said, "We're gonna lose this shit. We're gonna lose this shit. We having too much fun right now. If the Clippers are seeing any of this, they dumb tight. Like we definitely gonna lose. Like, but I mean, it's alright though. Like, it is what it is. Honestly, extended preseason.
The ring was beautiful, man. The ring was
Beautiful,
freaking
icy.
God, bro. You sent me the message of Deion Waiters posting it on the gram and saying this one goes out to my mother. She takes this ring. I was like, I'm sorry. I love my mom's too, bro. She not getting near my ring. I might change my phone number on her once I get that. I ain't gonna hold you.
I understand his perspective though. It's not like he was, you know what I'm saying, out here going crazy. So it's like, you know what I'm saying?
It's also not out here like he gonna get another one though.
He could.
So,
I mean, I'm not sleeping on my man Cheese, man. He could definitely go get it. Any team could pick him up and he could be a problem. So
yeah, well,
oh,
we'll see if that happens. Kind of wish he was still a Laker, but we got THT now, so gain some, you lose some. But yeah, so let's talk about the game real quick, man. We lost. It was sloppy. It was nasty. It was ugly. The defense was not there at all. The Marcus All, like, point guardism that we saw him playing on top of the key, it wasn't there at all. Marcus All was in foul trouble the whole game. LeBron James was playing astronomically terrible. The rotations didn't all seem to be there. We did have all of our squad. It wasn't like anybody was hurt, but the rotations, you know how it goes, man. We're still experimenting a little bit, still a little rough. This was actually the first game that the starting lineup played on the floor together.
Right. I mean,
So,
we started off slow, kind of expected, especially since, you know, it's the first time that the real rotations is getting together. And game plan changed up a little bit. I mean, a lot of it. If you really look at how the offense was set in preseason, and like you said with the Marcus All, top of the key, cutting and all that type of stuff, it was a little different. So I mean, I don't know if that was intentional or what was going on with that, but experimental first couple games is how it's gonna be.
yeah.
Down.
You gotta take everything right now with a grain of salt. I mean, me and you and I talked about it many times. I stress about all these games. That's how I am. This game particularly, bro, I was top cooling. Like, I was tight. Don't get me wrong. I was tight that I was excited for the game all day, and it was a 20-point lead at the end of the first quarter.
Yeah, right.
But hey, I blinked my eyes. Legit, I'm about to eat. I'm pretty sure. I think I'm eating, so I was gonna eat and watch the game. And I had to tend to my nephew for like maybe 3 minutes, bro. 3 minutes, no joke. And then I look back, and all of a sudden I see THT in the game, and we up 20. I mean, and we're tied. We outscored them by 20, and I was like, wow, THT out here just being a difference maker.
It's funny because it seems that way. He didn't do much. He scored, I think, once or twice. Got a couple field goals, but I think the biggest difference was LeBron came out the game. Like, no offense to LeBron, but like, I feel like the whole pace from the beginning of the whole first quarter was kind of just like, it was just stagnant because a lot of times he gets the ball and he does that stupid size up that he does, acting like he can dribble, and then, you know what I'm saying, if he doesn't get by them, he chucks up that stupid shot. And I just feel like it messes up our pace a little bit, and the Clippers came out running. So as soon as LeBron came in, you know, THT going to run, Caruso going to run, Trez going to run. So that's what we did. We was running the floor, and then we made a comeback a little bit. We never took the lead, but we was here at least. And then I think from there, LeBron saw, all right, this is what the pace needs to be. And he was playing a little better. He was still missing a lot of gimmies, a lot of easy layups. But I think that's just going to come with the rust getting off all that wine.
That's been one of the biggest takeaways. And there's not much we can really take out of these first two games. I really want to disclaim that. Like, we what we saw.
There is a couple things we could take away.
And one of those is what I feel like you just led to, which is when LeBron sits on the bench. Last year, we were like, oh, crap. LeBron is on the bench. We're going to have to make it these next 4 minutes, and hopefully we're all right. Now I'm like, all right, we got Trez, we got Schroeder, and we got not THT quite, but we got Caruso, we got whoever, and I'm just like, we'll be fine. We actually had a few times where AD and Bron weren't on the floor at all, and it wasn't like we were missing anything. Schroeder was eating his, Trez was getting his, shooting efficient, getting to the line. Kuzma still missing some shots here and there, but he had a good game yesterday, so good for him. But yeah, that's the biggest takeaway that I got out of everything so far. I mean, for me, it's the takeaway that, yes, we can actually sit LeBron James down and we'll be all right. which is a scary sight to see because we know LeBron is coasting right now. We know LeBron is taking it super light. He's going home, drinking hella wine, just chill as hell, playing 2K with Bronny all night. Like, he's cooling, PS5, everything. And we get to still eat because we got Trez, who's an absolute beast. We got Dennis Schroeder, who's a freaking pest. We have KCP, which is another takeaway. What he did in the bubble is very real. He's shooting like he didn't stop shooting, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like, you made a funny line the other day. You said KCP bought his bread. Ain't that the truth, man?
That's a bar, bro. That's a bar.
Nah, for real. And it's like, you know what I'm saying? I think that the Trez, bringing in Trez and Shooter, a lot of people's worried about chemistry, whatever. And it seems like they're fitting in pretty well. I seen him joking around with the team and all that. So I don't think that's going to be an issue within the locker room and all that. And it's that energy that they bring. I think Dennis made a point after the first game that he wants to get out and run more. And that's a great point because once you do that, then, like, nobody could, like, I feel like we're the hardest team to guard really in transition on the break. When we have all these scoring options, you got guys like Trez who run at 100 miles per hour, even in half-court situations. So, I mean, when we play up to speed, when we got young guys like Shooter and Harold, it's going to be hard to guard for sure.
Yeah, man. You mentioned that thing that once we're in transition is hard to guard. It's hard to that's when we played best. That's when we played best last year. And you brought up a point. Let me see if I get the video up in time. But we had one possession, and I know you know what it was. I'm pretty sure Marc Gasol ran the break, but he initiated the break. He got the rebound, threw it to, I believe, Bron, who threw it to Dennis, who threw it back to Bron, who lobbed it to AD. And the best part of that possession that was pointed out by my guy, Laker Film Room, let me see if I could get it real quick. The ball never touched the ground. That whole thing, and I don't know if it was him, so I won't be able to pull it up. But the ball never touched the ground in a whole possession. Not one dribble happened, bro. And that's what we can do. Like, Marc Gasol, our center, with an outlet pass, like a perfect outlet pass at that. Bro, like, the potential is all there. This is and can be a top squad in the league. This first game was a first game for a reason, you know what I mean? Kawhi Leonard was a bit unconscious. PG was a bit unconscious. I must say.
I have something to say about that PG thing too, but you can go ahead. I'll get to it.
No, you go first.
Bro, I'm not going to hold you. This was top frustrating, and this is something we're going to have to figure out. I don't think Kuz's defense is going to get any much better at all. I don't have faith in it, bro. And honestly, that's something that I'm not going to be able to let down because he really let Paul George embarrass us like that. And people going to think that he did that to the Lakers. No, he did that to you, Kuzma. I looked at all the highlights. He was frying you the whole game. You know what I'm saying? Now he went crazy. People, y'all was sleeping on PG. No, nobody was sleeping. First of all, he wasn't doing that in the playoffs. He's doing that on Kyle Kuzma. I can do that on Kyle Kuzma. Let's be real. This man's defense is not like that. People be dancing on him late. People be hunting him down every time. Somebody has to fix something about that. I don't know if it got to be Frank. THT's not going like that. I promise you that.
He won't. If you want to be real, I got way more faith THT guarding either Kawhi or PG than Kyle Kuzma. I said it after the first game, and I'm hoping. And Kuzma had a great game yesterday. He did exactly what he had to do, which was make some open shots and pass when a guy is open. It's really simple things we ask.
Well, granted, he didn't have, like, you know what I'm saying? It was the Mavericks, and the matchups weren't as, you know what I'm saying, as dire as the Clippers, where he needs to guard someone.
Mavericks aren't known for their defense, if you want to be real. They're a team that freaking can score, and they can score, and they hope to outscore you, and that's kind of it. They're not hoping to defend you very well. That was their forte last year. They were one of the best offensive teams, but one of the worst defensive teams. I wish I'd known that before I placed the bet. I did know it subconsciously, but Matt, I lost $10 because of that when I should have gained $60 on Christmas Day. I'm still mad about it. And then I put $5 on the Clippers, and Ibaka couldn't grab a board, bro.
Couldn't grab a board.
I told him to grab 3 boards or 4 boards, bro.
Yeah.
I basically told the motherfucker to jump.
He got like 1 or 2.
I told him to jump, bro. Just jump. Just try.
7 foot, bro.
Oh man, what are we talking about? Kyle Kuzma's defense. Yeah, let's talk about it. Yeah, that was the thing I was watching, and I was kind of concerned about midway through because I was like, all right, who's guarding PG and Kawhi? And then I thought about it, and I was like, are we straight? Because in a real playoff setting, they getting guarded by LeBron James and Anthony Davis, or LeBron James and Montrezl Harrell, or Anthony Davis and Montrezl Harrell, whoever it might be. We will be perfectly fine. We'll be perfectly straight. And yeah, they're just not going to throw them on a freaking regular season game, first game of the year, fresh off of no preseason ball, really. I ain't tripping. I don't like the matchup of Wes Matthews on Kawhi. I don't like the matchup of KCP on Kawhi, and I hate the matchup of Kuzma.
It was bad.
Kuzma on anybody is a terrible matchup, bro. Terrible matchup.
I mean, if that's the case, if we're just saving the real defenders for, I mean, that makes sense. I hope that's the case. But if it comes playoff time and we have Kuzma really checking some high efficient scores, I'm gonna be tight, bro, because that's not a good recipe.
That's what we did for the Clippers game in the bubble. We just had and it was as far as forwards go, it was similar. James, Morris, and Kuz, because Matthews is and we traded Green for Matthews, so essentially, you know what I mean. So yeah, so it's not much different. And in the bubble, we had James on Kawhi, and I'm pretty sure who was on PG was either Morris or Davis. So I ain't really tripping. I'll worry about the matchup the day it comes.
I got another question for you. When there was Kuz trade rumors, right, going on, would you still rather Tsunami Poppy or Kuzma in a situation?
I know where you're going with this because Kelly Oubre has missed every single shot he's taken this year except his dunk attempts. Yeah, I know exactly where you're going with this. The Warriors is a trash can right now. I wanted to save this for a little later, but I guess I'm happy we got Kuz. I guess I'm happy.
We can get to the Warriors later, but I'm just talking about specifically Kelly Oubre right now. You know what I'm saying?
I got faith in Tsunami Poppy, and I'm glad you are acknowledging him by his proper name. So that's
Nah.
That's all I got to say to that, bro.
Man, trash can, bro. Trash can Poppy. Fuck out of here.
I don't know, man. Give it some time. It takes a while for a tsunami to build. Right now, it's just a little bit of rainfall. You know.
Nah,
what I mean?
all I'm saying is I was saying Kyle Kuzma is 10 times better. You know what I'm saying? You was like, nah. You had a lot to say. I need to acknowledge that Kyle Kuzma is 10 times better than Kelly Oubre, bro. Come on.
Can you acknowledge I don't think Kelly Oubre is getting chewed up on defense as badly?
All right, but Kuzma's
hard.
Open 19 though.
It's hard to get chewed up on defense as bad as Kyle Kuzma's getting chewed up.
Yeah, I guess.
This is real skill to it, bro.
Nah, that's facts.
Like you gotta have the right wrong footwork in order to do what he's doing.
Yeah, I mean that's the point, but at least he's giving us some sort of
effort,
offense and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like Christ, and it's like the Warriors. We're gonna get to that.
Yeah. We'll talk about it. But yeah, so as far as the matchup of Kawhi PG, I'll worry about it when the day comes. As of right now, I'm chilling. I don't know did we talk about the Kuzma extension at all? Did we get to that?
I don't think we did. No,
right?
wait. We was talking about the
idea of it. Yeah, we were talking about the idea of it, and then right after he actually signed. So real quick, while we're on the thing of Kuzma, what do you feel about him being extended?
I mean, you pretty much touched on about how it would be a good idea for the Lakers to extend him. So, because if he reaches the potential, we have him. But if he doesn't, we could trade him. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
a great trade asset, honestly.
So, I was on. You guys. Hopefully, you heard that that episode and heard the takes. But yeah, I was on the let's extend Kuz trade. I'm all for it. The potential's still there. And then he stunk it up all preseason. So I was like, all right, maybe not. Maybe this was a terrible idea. And then I saw all the contracts that all these other Bulls were getting. They threw Luke Kennard a bag. 4 years, $64 million. Something crazy. A bag. Luke Kennard, bro.
Luke Kennard. Mark Duffels.
Oh, bro. And he stank it up. Like, keep him on the floor at all times when you play us, please.
He's bad. I really don't understand that. And it's funny because I seen the Montrez tweet with the laughing emojis. Okay. Yeah. Like, all right. That's what y'all think he's worth? I bet. it's really, I really don't understand. Like, I don't know if it's these agents. I don't know if they really believe in these guys or they're just trying to fill in money somewhere. But that's ridiculous. Come on. So you got real ballers out here.
Yeah, I don't. Maybe because the Clippers is so over cap at this point that like we gotta try to secure somebody. Um, I don't know, man. But there are rumors that we are looking to extend Dennis Schroeder. Like the conversations have began, and they are looking like they're on hold right now, as they should be. Like it says, like they're on mutual hold, and they're going to continue it in February during the All-Star break. So that's what it seemed like. And maybe not during the All-Star break, but sometime in February that they mutually agreed on getting to it. Right now, they want to focus on the season. But I'm glad about that because Dennis has looked great so far. I was a little concerned with him preseason. But everything I got out of him so far regular season, he is what people thought Rondo was. At least people thought what regular season Rondo was when he played on TNT and ESPN. Because I'm still hearing it to this day. Yo, Rondo was an important piece that they're going to miss. Absolutely, in the playoffs, sure. All 20 minutes of it, he was very important. And he was important in the aspect of he surprised us. You know what I mean?
He surprised us, and then people like the discussion last year was that we needed a point guard because LeBron was just pretty much our point guard, and like when he gets out the floor, who's gonna run the offense? Like, yeah, we just needed a point guard to play the point guard role. I hate when people actually. I love Rondo when he did for the team, especially in the playoffs, but I feel like people are putting a little bit too much value on his performance just so they could take away from what LeBron, AD, and all these other guys actually did. You feel me? I feel like this is kind of like a scapegoat for a lot of people, but Dennis Schroeder, I don't care what anybody says. He's an upgrade, a big upgrade. He's young. He's fast. He got the strap on him. He's in control. A great
Defense.
local point guard. Plays defense. 94 feet. I don't know if people notice, but he's checking guys 94 feet. He don't care who they are. So, you know what I'm saying? I love Dennis Schroeder and what he could bring for the team, and I think it's an absolute upgrade from Rondo.
Man, it's really great. It's refreshing. It's refreshing to see a good point guard on the Lakers, bro. Like LeBron was a point guard, sure, whatever the case may be. But he never felt like a point guard. He felt like LeBron James. It's been forever. Like Derek Fisher, chip, 5 of them. Great player. Was he a great point guard? Was he a good point guard? I don't even know if I would call him a good point guard. He was a very solid point guard.
He was a solid point guard.
He was a solid point guard who was a great role player. Dennis Schroeder is a legit good to great player and a good to great point guard. And I am happy to have Bull on our team, bro, between his defense, between him actually getting to the rack and him drawing contact. I don't like how little bit he gets calls. I don't know if that's always been a thing or it's just, once you put on the Lakers jersey, it's like everybody sucks on their whistle. They don't want to blow up for nothing. But Scott Foster was there yesterday, though, so thanks, Scott. Secured the dub. But, yeah, I do love what Dennis is bringing, man. And then Trez, you want to get into that? You want to get into that beast, bro?
That's one person I think that's been pretty consistent from preseason to this point. It's just been straight monsters. You know what I'm saying? He gets straight to his all effort and all aggressiveness. Like, that's what we need, especially, like, losing Dwight and losing some athleticism. He brings all of that, like 110% all the time. And another thing that I'm noticing that he's developing a little bit, and I'm not really too sure if he had this on the Clippers, but
the midi?
That midi's looking sweet, man. I'm not gonna hold you. That John look valid. That's gonna be tough to guard for any big man who's checking him because when he posts up, he always faces up post up. He gets it a little bit and he faces up and he's gonna come at you like 100 miles per hour. He does a little size up thing. If you don't respect it, he's gonna pull it in your mid or he's gonna take you to the basket easy every time. And he got a nice sweet touch around the rim.
Yeah, you got two choices at that point. And as of right now, they're expecting him to drive full force. And like I said, who watches Clippers games? I don't know. I would hate to be you. I tried to watch the Nuggets Clippers game. I had money on the line for the Nuggets Clippers game. I still chose to do other things. It just wasn't my cup of tea. I was out there. I was actually at that point exuberant to talk to family members. I was like, I had enough basketball. And nobody wants to see PG play against Jokic. Not happening with me. But anyways, Yeah, so I don't know what he did on the Clippers. No idea as far as mid-range touch. I know that every time we faced him, he drove headfirst to the rim and scored every time. And it seems like everybody who's defending him is expecting him to drive headfirst, and he is just splashing it right in their face. And he showed me a little bit of dribble moves too, a little bit of size up game too. So I'm real happy with the effort and productivity we're getting out of Harrell. We had a game yesterday, bro, against the Mavericks where we had 4 20-point scorers. When has LeBron James ever had 3 other 20-point scorers in a game in his life? Not to mention the person who was right behind all of them had like 16 with Kyle Kuzma right there knocking on the door for another 20.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, bro. Efficient, all efficient 20s. The worst stat line out of all those 20s was LeBron James shooting 8 for 18, which isn't even that bad. It's a little under 500. But for that to be come on, man. It's looking like licks.
No, it is looking like licks. And I hope LeBron just don't get too comfortable with his backup, you know what I'm saying? Because I do want him to be LeBron James, and I want him to catch up eventually. But I mean, we got some good weapons in our arsenal. And another piece that I feel like is slept on a little bit. Keith is a solid role player, man. I don't want to hear nothing about Keith, man. He's going there. He's knocking down his shots. He's playing defense. He's rebounding. That's the one person I'm glad we re-signed, because it's like we would have missed that role greatly if we didn't have him. Like who's gonna fill in that role? Costas?
Definitely not Costas, bro. Maybe
Because
Doug.
honestly, in terms of like spotting up, I feel like Keith does that probably better than almost anybody on the team. Definitely better than Kuzma. Definitely better than Caruso. When it comes to straight spot up shooting threes, he's pretty consistent.
Yeah, I was about to say, I might trust only one person on our team to shoot a 3 more than Keith, and that's KCP.
KCP, yeah.
And I'm surprised, man. When we got Markieff Morris, I was like, all right, if we can get an occasional 3 out of him, very good. I did not expect this guy to I'm not going to call him a sniper by any means. He isn't, Danny Green. But the guy is consistent in the corner, consistent on the side of the key. He is, bro, I feel like at this point he's knocking down at least 1 3 a game, and he's doing all the hustle plays at least once or twice a game, and giving us another guy who's giving us high-quality minutes in a time where we just need you to play serviceable. We just need you to hold the lead, or we just need you to, hey, just keep us in under or over under 5 points. And once LeBron AD check back in, we'll be okay. Like, we'll make that up in a second. Like, that's his real role. His role is just to play like plus minus 0 basketball. Like, we just need you to kind of keep the score right where it's at. We don't need you to go crazy. And he's doing just that, bro. He's doing great. KCP, I already shouted out. Caruso, there's been 2 games in, he's hitting some threes. I don't like him being a 3-point option as much as it's been so far, but
well,
I
I
get
think
it.
it was mostly the first game when it was going to him. So I was like, I don't understand. Every time somebody's driving, we're kicking out to Caruso. I don't understand. He's probably working on his 3-pointer a little bit, and he probably wants to take a little more, but at the end of the day, he's not a 3-point shooter. I don't want him shooting all of those 3-point shots. If anything, get to the lane, get fouled. He's pretty athletic. Like, you can get to the lane. Shooter, even though he's a pretty good 3-point shooter, I think he wants to get into that lane more often than shooting threes. And I feel like Caruso, if he leans on that a little more like shooter, then we're in good shape.
How do you feel about our defense 2 games in? That is that's been a bit of a, I'm not going to say concerning point because it's too early to jump over the ledge by any means, but that's been a point I've been looking at.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm the coaching staff, that's something that we would have to focus on for sure. I think it's just all comes down to rotations and figuring out who does what well, specifically like a starting lineup where Mark can be effective on defense because he's a little slow, where Brown can be effective on defense because, sometimes let's take plays off. But I think AD's taking a little like on defense too, I'm not going to lie. I think there's like a little soreness there. I saw he was like on some like some injury report or something with his calf or something like that. So I feel like honestly, these first couple games, nobody's really gonna go crazy hard on defense. I think that when it's time, we turn it on, and you know, but the perimeter defense, a lot of the times we lose shooters. That's all just rotations and moving around. That's something that can get fixed easy.
Yeah, like I said, it's too early to jump off the ledge by any means. Plus, after watching, I'm slighted. I'm gonna be forever slighted, at least for the rest of the season, because what Frank Vogel did in the playoffs, he proved to me that he showed versatility to the fullest. Rob gave us a versatile roster, and Frank said, "Okay, you gave me a versatile roster. I'm gonna turn this into the best defensive team ever." Well, not ever, but you know what I mean, exaggeration. But yeah, and I got the same type of confidence with this one. Like if we're playing a series where we're facing Jokic, Marc Gasol, you're perfect. If we're playing a series with Ibaka, I think I'm starting Harrell. I think I will start Harrell. Harrell can handle Ibaka just fine. I don't know if I want Gasol guarding a quicker center, a 3-point shooting center, perhaps. Just that athletic center like Ibaka. I like him against the Jokic. I like him against the. There's not really that many great centers anymore, but some of the other centers we got in the league. But as far as the more physical ones or the smaller ones, I got Harrell or I got AD. And then when it comes to guard play, you know what I mean? There's some times where we can have a bunch of guards in our lineup when we're facing the Blazers, when we got Dame and McCollum coming at us. And we can have the Wes Matthews, KCP, Caruso, Dennis Schroeder lineups. And then there's times where none of those are going to be options. And we're going to be facing Kawhi Leonard and PG, and then we need Morris. We need Kuz. We need LeBron. We need maybe THT. Maybe Matthew slides up. So I trust Frank when it comes down to it. As long as we show right now, I'm just looking for signs. I'm just looking for signs of life. And I'm like, all right, that was a good takeaway. That's all I needed. You know what I mean? I'm just looking at little key moments like that at this point.
For sure, and it's definitely ain't no practice like that, like the real thing. So throughout this season, we're gonna figure it out for sure.
Two more things I want to touch on about what we got to figure out. What do you think of Wesley Matthews?
Uh, Wesley Matthews, it seems like he's having a difficult time like finding his spots. I think that the best that he can do for this team right now, for what I'm foreseeing, is to try to just be the best shooter you can be, because we're gonna need that 3-point threat when you come in the game. And you know, I haven't really been seeing that from him too much throughout the preseason and these past couple games. I think I've probably seen him hit like 1-3 maybe. And defense, it's hard to say that I mean, I know the one thing about him, he's gonna give his effort, right? But from what I've noticed, maybe it's just a little too early to call. Maybe he's just not in shape yet. But I don't know if I would even put him on elite offenders or scorers yet or at all, because what Kawhi was doing to him was flat out embarrassing. So, you know what I'm saying? If he could just be at least a good spot up shooter like Keith is, then you would be valuable to the team and you can contribute a lot. But if he's gonna just be another Danny Green, that's tough.
I need to see what he does against people his size before I judge him on defense just yet. He's been given a short end of the stick. I didn't really notice too much defensively of him last game, just because I don't really remember too much minutes of him last game, if you want to
Yeah,
be real.
I don't think he played that much. I mean, I remember him. Sometimes we like to see him in the post, and that came out last game. And I think he had like a smaller defender on him. So, I mean, I guess it makes sense. I don't know what Frank or what's going on in practice where we feel like we can throw Wesley Matthews in the post. I don't know if he's a post player. But I just, you know what I'm saying? I think I seen him spot up for 3 1 or 2 times throughout the game, and I don't think he hit a shot. So
I don't think I've seen him make a 3 yet. I might be slighted. I do not know. But yeah, I got to see how he does against probably a Blazers team first, or maybe a Nets team when it's a bunch of guard play, like real size guards. But until then, I think he might definitely get lost. He might get lost, or he might be, minutes as needed, more so like when we need him. I think he's better suited if he was in KCP's position, where he was playing with the starting lineup, and your only job is at that point, KCP's only job in that starting lineup is to be a spot-up shooter. And then if the defender closes in on you to get to the basket and either make the right play as in get a layup or pass it. And then defensively, his job is to guard, the two guard. If Matthews was in that role, maybe he can do better. But the thing is, KCP has solidified his stock. He has not had to, in my opinion, work for a starting spot. He's earned that already. He gave us a championship. He proved that in championship moments in the finals. KCP solidified. So because of that, I think Matthews is almost being set up to fail a little bit when he's in a lineup of Caruso, Caruso, maybe Schroeder, and then Harrell and Keith. Like it's just lineups that kind of aren't for him. I don't know. I don't know.
I think it could be for him, bro, because in those lineups we need all the scoring we can get. If he knocks down his shots, then he's looking good. You know what I'm saying? So it's really coming down to him at this point. And I think it's a confidence thing. It's probably going to take a while with, the new Lakers team thing. It's a thing. You know what I'm saying? You come to the Lakers and it's a lot of pressure, especially with somebody like him who's been a Lakers fan his whole life. This is kind of like a shock kind of, like a starstruck kind of thing. So it might take him a couple of weeks. It might take him a while. But I think that he will be able to become an actual three-point threat for us off the bench. And that's valuable.
So what I mean in that lineup is a lineup like that, nobody's creating their own shot. So Matthews is a guy where once another
ball
person
movement is good, and that's good for any spot-up shooter.
Yeah, but if nobody is an actual threat to create their own shot, I mean, Harrell's the only one, really. I just don't know how – when Harrell creates his own shot, he's not passing it up. He's taking it. So, I don't know. I'll have to continue to see. I hope the days that, maybe KCP is gone or Schroeder is gone, I hope we see Matthews get some minutes and see if there's any more – is this just it for Matthews, or is there more room for him to really expand if he was in a different role in a different rotation? But we got time for that. We got a lot of time for that. Next one I want to get to is another guy who was – we talked about it, man. This is Rich Paul people problems. THT. How do we feel about the amount of minutes he's getting so far, bro?
I'm not going to lie. I like it. I like it because I feel like we're using him as needed. And like you said, it kind of made a difference in the Clippers game. Didn't see him too much last game, but then he got his minutes towards the end. But, if he's doing good, I feel like then he's going to earn more time. It's one of those things that's just going to work out as time goes on. And when we see how Matthews works out or whatever the case is, then we're going to see which minutes are going to fluctuate. You know what I'm saying? And I think THC is making a good case for more minutes as the season rolls on.
Yeah, I'm on train with you. I want to see him have more minutes. Really do. I'm hoping that as we continue in the season, like yesterday was Christmas Day, so I get it. We had to put on this show and whatnot. And it was the Mavs, and it wasn't like – the Mavs aren't the best right now, especially without Kristaps. I think people might be disappointed. I think I'm going to say it right now. Mavs might not make the playoffs. They might not do it. The West, from 5 to 8, they're all fighting. People are trying to count the Blazers out, and Blazers just – they made a run. I'm not going to say run in the playoffs, but a run when it came to actually playoff setting like basketball, playoff atmosphere like basketball last season. So when it comes to the Blazers, Suns, Grizzlies, the Wolves.
I don't see the Grizzlies making it.
I don't know, man. Not with Ja dropping 42 off rip, trying to he's gonna fight.
He can do that and still not make the playoffs. The team is not like that, bro.
Well, we also got the Pelicans. You know what I mean? They looked all right the first game. They took out the Toronto Raptors first game, gave the Heat some competition early on. Either way, I'm saying the Mavs gonna have some competition. They're gonna have to fight for it, especially, you know what I mean, if it's gonna be playing basketball for I think they spoke about doing 7th and 8th seed or something to that extent. Mm-hmm. But Mavs might be almost on the outside looking in. So you got to take yesterday's victory with a grain of salt a little bit. But, yeah, I want to see more games where it's all right, we're comfortable. We're up 10, we're up 15, but we're comfortable. It's a comfortable 15. Let's put in THC. Let's see what the young boy can do. And I think his minutes are all going to come from taking away from Matthews and Kuzma when it comes down to it. And, especially with injuries, COVID, health and safety protocols happen. I want THT to get time, bro.
I want him to get as much time, but I actually have no problem with him being a specialty player either. Like when we have those rare occasions where we have somebody, we need somebody to guard Kawhi, and we know Kuzma's not going to do it. THT is going to be able to do that and give us 110%. So I have no problem with him being a specialty player in his second year and actually being effective in certain games like that.
Yeah, I could definitely see it being like a Toronto Raptors type of thing. Toronto Raptors, I feel like, is a team that, for whatever reason, somebody on their lineup from between like the 8th and 12th guy can go off on you. Whether it's, you know what I mean? Like they randomly get every year, it feels like another guy that's just like, how is this another like stud out of the Toronto development training? Like whether it's Norman Powell or it's Chris Boucher or one of their players that you're just like, they ball out and you want to pick them up on fantasy the next day, and then the next day they get 4 minutes and you're like, what the hell? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's one of those. So maybe we have one of those in THT and I'm just not used to it, and I'm still kind of headlighted by all the glory that was preseason. But
if there's one thing I know for sure, next year he's definitely locked in, because when we figure out the dead weight within this roster and get rid of that, THC's moving up for sure.
Yeah. And we're gonna see. He's coming for you, Bron. He's coming for you. I love my boy THT. But besides that, man, as far as Lakers goes, we're gonna talk about a little bit about the other teams right now. Yeah, we got that time. Do you have any other takeaways from the games we saw? Anything that you are maybe afraid of, or you're kind of concerned about?
What do you think about LeBron being a ball stopper?
Ball stopper when it comes to him offensively?
Yes.
He does have some Rondo-like traits.
It's kind of annoying as shit, bro. I hate when he tries to do the dribbling shit and lose the ball. I hate when he does that stupid-ass size-up dribble that he always does and stops the whole flow of the offense. I feel like the roster that we have now, like I said, is best when the ball is moving constantly. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I feel like he's getting to that point where it's like he just wants to get his stats regardless of anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, he wants to win, but then he wants to look good too. And I feel like he's not going to get that if the ball keeps moving. I don't know, bro, but it's annoying when the ball movement stops when it gets to Bron.
I hear you. The thing with me, bro, is I'm taking all these Bron minutes with such a grain of salt right now because
Yeah, but it's nothing new with him, though. Like, it was cool last year when we had Danny Green and JaVale McGee on the starting lineup.
And you're like, who else is going to score? So I get it. You're trying to get yours.
Yeah, because Danny Green and JaVale McGee, they're not cutting around the floor you know what I'm saying? They're not moving around like Schroeder and Harrell and you know what I'm saying? They're not moving around like that. But, like, when we have those pieces and the ball movement just stops and everybody's just standing around watching Bron do this dribble for 5 straight seconds and chuck up some bullshit, then it's like,
I always hated that. I'm liking the fact LeBron's getting more confident in his three-point shooting because he's actually knocking them down.
That's cool, but
it's the I'm taking 10 seconds to get into my three-point shot that annoys me, and I completely get it because I'm a person that I still am not fully confident in LeBron's scoring ability. So when it comes down to it, if he's taking 10 seconds off the clock and he's bricking that three, I'm just like, wow, what a dead possession that was.
Dead possession.
I hear you on that for sure. I was never a fan of that though. Like that was never my first option of playing basketball. That's why, like, when Marc Gasol was in preseason, he was standing on key just waiting for people to cut and feeding them right away. I was just like, this has got to be the most beautiful basketball I've ever seen in my life. Like, so we did see that a lot the first game. Second game, I think we cut down a lot more on it. Fed Schroeder the point guard role a little more.
Right.
Ran Gasol back on the key. I don't know what was up with the first game. First game was weird. First game was absolutely weird. But yeah, I'm not concerned about it. I'll just say that. I don't like it either. I don't like it. I'm just not concerned about it.
Yeah, all right. That's cool.
Yeah. Anything else? Before we get to the other league, other news?
No, that's pretty much it. Kuzma, slide your feet.
So yeah, slide your feet, cool. Slide your feet. I'm glad you got paid though, bro. I love to see you get paid. Well, man, real quick, let's talk about a little bit of the baby Lakers. We see Ingram over there eating. Lonzo Ball got his jump shot right.
Mm-hmm.
Is looking good for the little Pelicans. If their front office weren't some D heads, I really would be rooting for them, man. I really would be rooting.
They're cool, but then they got Eric Bledsoe at the point guard. They're screwed. But that's all. They're
And
screwed, bro.
I know you
I
got a
was, I
problem,
was watching the Heat game, and they really dug themselves in the hole, all because of Bledsoe don't know how to be a point guard, bro. Literally.
bro. Whoever made the Christmas night matchups, you have to get fired.
Have to. Every single game was a blowout. Every single one.
You have to, like, there's no shot Adam Silver saw you do that and hasn't, like, got you out of here. He's kicked you out of the bubble.
And demoted at least, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Go fetch Adam some coffee. He needs it right now. He's dealing with a lot. Adam Silver, right into the transition. Adam Silver, the greatest commissioner of all time, has some more trouble on his hands. You know, Harden was given the Houston Rockets trouble, and now he has now expanded it to the whole NBA, where he already, first game of the season, got it postponed because he was out and about the night before, whether it was a strip club or his girl's restaurant or whoever it might have been. It broke the health and safety protocols, and Harden is out here costing the league money off rip.
Off rip. And he's doing it on purpose, too. All I'm saying is, bro, if you don't want stuff to get out, he probably could have been fine. But these videos, people are recording you in your face without a mask. He's probably telling them right after, yo, make sure you post that and make sure you send it to Bob. You know what I'm saying? Like, he wants that, John, because it's easy. Oh, make sure you don't post that for me, you know what I'm saying? Or just only post the Johns with my mask on or something, you know what I'm saying? I feel like he just wants to cause so much ruckus within his organization. Like, he just wants to make it such a headache that they just get rid of him.
He got it's maybe like 5 Houston Rockets members on a 7-day quarantine. So like the Houston Rockets for the next week, the legit, bro, first games of the season don't got Boogie, don't got Wall, don't got Harden.
Wow.
Bro, like, come on. And not only that, you are legit, like, they had to cancel the game because they didn't have enough players.
For real.
And not only that, people tested positive in the Rockets too. So like a whole bunch of things going on. And James Harden at this point, I get it, bro. You want to get out. I still don't get the reason why. And he keeps expanding his list of teams every day. He keeps looking at the newest strip clubs opening up in these cities, and he's like, "Oh shit, Boston's hot like that now, bro." Like that's all I could think of. Like his agent is like, "Yo, Boston. They just took out a lease. It looks like right down TD Garden. They got a joint opening up." And
yeah,
he's
starlets.
he's like, "Really? You know what to do?" And then boom, Woj tweets, Harden has now made Boston a top priority. And just like that, like, you know what I mean? So he's killing me, bro. He's killing me.
He's killing me, but the Harden Chronicles, I'm not going to lie, is comedy.
I love it. I love it all, bro. I am following the story like I'm a freaking news reporter, man. I can tell you all the scoops. And he was fined. He was fined half a honey bun.
Half
For,
a honey bun.
you know what I mean? The honey bun is how the honey bun. He was fined $50,000, and what Adam Silver was asked why he didn't suspend him, which I honestly think would have been a valid thing to do if you want to be real. Especially if this happens again, he better be suspended. I'm gonna be honest with you. But my man Adam Silver said, "It's the holidays.
It's Christmas, man."
He said, "It's Christmas." Come on, David Stern would have been like, "Yeah, get him. He's out. 82 games out the league."
No, for real.
But man, I love it. Adam Silver is definitely he's my GOAT commissioner by far. You can't tell me Goodell. You can't tell me Dana White. You can't tell me Rob Manfred. You can't tell me none of these commissioners. Adam Silver got the game on lock.
For sure.
I'm saying. Plus, so far so good, man. I'm not, knock on wood, but I think last time they took, the 600 test, there was 1 or 2 positives. which if you ask me, and that includes, staff, that includes everybody, that's a success, man. That's
Yeah.
success. So
Honestly.
Adams, so far so good. I think I got faith in them. I got absolute faith in them, and I'm rooting for the league to keep going. I can't have it shut down. It's essential work at this point.
I mean, it's really all up to Harden at this point.
Bro, literally the state of the league might be in Harden's hands. It might be. But speaking of Harden, let's talk about a team that was rumored to get Harden, bro. Are the Nets legit? Are they finals contenders? Are they championship contenders?
They're definitely contenders, bro. I mean, just on paper they look like it, and from what I'm seeing, that they passed the eye test. You know what I'm saying? They got 2 lethal scorers. They got a great supporting cast. Karis LeVert off the bench is magnificent, and their defense is looking solid. So I mean, granted they stay healthy throughout the whole year. Um, they're gonna have a sweet run in the playoffs. Hopefully, you know what I'm saying, there's gonna be some competition right there. I don't want them to have a cakewalk to the playoffs because I mean nobody really wants that, but I mean the East is bulking up as well. So they're gonna have to see some people for sure. They're gonna have to see
Yeah.
Tatum. They're gonna have to see Philly. They're gonna have to see who else. Who else they got in the East?
They got Philly. They got the Celtics. You always got the Raptors in the way. You got the Heat. So that might be it. I mean, do you want to? I'm not throwing the Wizards in there. You know what I mean? Sure, they got Westbrook. Sure, they got Beal. I ain't throwing them in there. Are you missing? Are you missing a team?
We're missing somebody for sure.
Not the Pacers. I'm trying to think. You got the Raps, Nets, Celtics, Heat, Sixers. That's already 5. And then you usually got the Pacers. And then the next 2 is usually mumbo jumbo. That might be everything, bro.
That might be everything for real.
Yeah. I don't know. It's gonna be interesting. They might have the East on lock, but it's too early to tell. You know, they're not the Kyrie's. Oh, did we not mention the Bucks?
No.
Oh wow. Well, that's a big one.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll see, man. I'm taking these games with a grain of salt too. You know what I mean? They beat up on the Warriors, but it looks like the Bucks did that pretty easily too.
The Warriors suck.
Yeah, that's gonna be the next team we get into. Trust me. But they beat up on the Warriors, and then they beat the Celtics. But the Celtics is a team that you can beat on any day, and a team that can beat you on any day. So
for sure,
within a series, I don't know how that will go. And also, we'll see how the chemistry and how it goes if things ever hit the fan, because that's always the interesting part. You know what I mean? The media is already trying to paint a narrative with everything going around with Brooklyn. So once that narrative might get inside the locker room, you don't know how that affects the team. If that causes some trade rumors, if that causes some, upset bench players, role players, stars.
If there's one thing I've been noticing though is that KD especially, Kyrie too, but KD especially, he's been taking like a pretty solid leader role within the team in terms of just being vocal, and like he's been there before. He already won 2 chips.
Yeah.
Like he knows what it takes. So I think he's leading the young guys and he's showing them what it takes. And he's coming there with a kind of a humble position, And
that's my concern with the team. Like I as much as you think I might have a little beef with Kyrie, I think Kyrie is an incredibly skilled player. Skill wise, he's freaking top tier to the fullest. His handle is insane. His shot creation is insane. He's a great shooter. He's freaking, when he gets to the line, he's shooting 92%. He's an incredible player. My problem is he's not a great leader, in my opinion. But if KD can go ahead and carry that load, the thing with KD is I don't know if he was the leader on the Warriors. Sure, he was a leader on the Thunder, but he was also really young and they plateaued a bit. But yeah, I'm interested to see how it goes. At the end of the day, if we get a Nets-Lakers matchup, praying to God the stadium's open, man, because I'll be there in Brooklyn. I'm rooting for that.
For sure.
I'm only rooting for it if we're allowed to go, though. If we're not allowed to go, please give me an easier team because I do not want to deal with a playoff KD. I'm completely afraid of that bull.
Nah, crazy. Kyrie too, but he's been looking spooky. He's a leading scorer right now.
Yeah, they're gonna be a threat. Let's see how it keeps going. Can we bet on the Warriors not making the playoffs?
We could definitely bet on that. They're gonna get beat up on easy. It's like, bro, it's like a G League team plus Curry right now. Honestly, that's what it looks
And
like.
Curry's not going off. I don't know if it's the fact that, you know what I mean? It's only once you know nobody else is scoring, you
He
could
will
just
go off though. I think he's an actual real leader, and I think he's really trying to build confidence within the team because I think he actually does see some sort of potential with these guys. But after a while, he's gonna have to just be like, you know what,
I'm
you know,
taking
my
all the
body.
I'm taking all these shots.
I'm taking all the shots. You know, my body. I mean, from what I've been seeing, like he's playing great basketball. He had 2010 the first game, and 10 assists with that team is hard as shit. So, like, you know what I'm saying? So, like, he's really trying to get these guys involved before himself. And, like, he's taking a decent amount of shots, but when you know, like, you're the only guy who has the keys right now, he's got to go off. But that's still not going to win them nothing. And, like, this is looking like the second best player in the team right now is the rookie. You know what I'm saying?
The
Like,
one that the one that you don't like,
all right,
right?
all right.
What
All
was
right.
the statement you said about him?
All right. But
Uh,
yeah, Kelly Oubre trash. Andrew Wiggins, I don't know, man. I don't know
what
if
do
he's
you
living up to his potential.
have you heard about the Andrew Wiggins conspiracy theory?
What's that?
The Andrew Wiggins conspiracy theory is he announced before the season started that for every point he makes, he was going to donate. It was either $22 or 22. I think it was $22 to some foundation or something like that, because that's his number. And there's a conspiracy theory going around that Andrew Wiggins is not scoring intentionally, so he don't got to donate shit.
Oh,
What do we think about that theory? Is it valid? Is it not valid? Is
it's a
Twitter
funny one.
is
It's a
Twitter
funny
on or
one.
something?
It's a funny Twitter conspiracy, but I do think this man genuinely wants to put the ball in the hoop, and he's not doing it efficiently.
Yeah. Okay. So that is something I'm going to keep track on. I will update you guys as the season continues. We'll see where the donation stands. Right now,
He's at like a good 60 beans right now.
him and Spencer Dinwiddie need to team up and get the GoFundMe running. Uh, it's not working out. It is not working out. All right. I think that's just about everything, bro. Any other quick teams you want to touch on? Is it two? We only seen most of the teams only got one game under their belt.
I know the Hawks is about to play. They're probably just tipped off right now. I want to keep a close eye on them. I got you know what I'm saying? I got a radar on them because they might they might be able to squeeze into the playoffs in the East this year. Who knows?
Trae Young dropping 37 in 26 minutes, and he was able to play 26 minutes because he could sit the rest of the game. I mean, Trae Young, that's what I'm looking at this year, bro. You sent me a post on Instagram, and it was just the ages of all the players that were just like marquee free agents, it seems like the other day.
Mm-hmm.
And now and now they're 35. Now they're 32. Now they're 33. Shit. Some of them just got a max contract. Now they're 29. You know what I mean? Harden, we talk about Harden. He's about to be 32 soon.
Shit.
So, yeah, maybe teams don't want to trade for Harden because you might have 1 or 2 good years left. I mean, I don't know. I do not know, but I'm looking to see this year. We had sprinklings last year. Luka is the future, but it could also be Ja. It can also be Trae.
It's
It can
all of them,
also,
bro. They're
you know
all
what
the
I
future.
mean? Zion, Ingram, Tatum is, you know, Celtics fans say that Tatum never ages. I think he's still 19 at their calculation, if I'm right. You know, Simmons, we still got a bunch of young kids, and I'm looking to see if there's anybody that really – Luka did it last year. Luka said, I'm the one. And I'm looking to see if anybody does that this year. Right now I got it between Ja and Trae. So I'm interested to see who makes that step. Ja's in his second, Trae's in his third year. So keep your eyes out, man. Keep your eyes out for sure. But yeah, with that being said, guys, Laker game, I'll probably drop this on Sunday if I'm right. But Laker game coming very soon. And as soon as that one's done, we got a back-to-back. I'm sure we'll be hitting it off right after that or shortly after that. Talk about what happened against the Wolves and talk about what happened against is it Blazers on my birthday?
The Blazers.
That's the one I want to look out for. The Blazers, the Wolves and Blazers. Honestly, just to run down the schedule real quick, Wolves, Blazers, Spurs, Grizzlies, Spurs, Bulls, Rockets, if they got anybody playing. Rockets, Thunder. We might be coming back and say, yo, so how do we feel about this 20-game winning streak? Is it legit?
I mean, that's what it was like last year, exactly, bro. Like
This was the exact scenario, bro.
Exactly. You lost the first game and went on like a series, like 12-game win streak. So who knows? It might be deja vu.
And you say deja vu, and I end it with this, bro. I'm ready for the narratives to happen once we do go on this winning streak. Oh, we're playing trash teams, the strength of schedule. I've never seen a strength of schedule statistic in my life. Who the hell can create a strength of schedule statistic? I've never seen it in my life until the Lakers. The first take in Undisputed talking about, yeah, but the Lakers had a .493 strength of schedule rating compared to the Bucks who had a .57. Shut the hell up. If y'all go into this whole deja vu thing, just remember it's going to be deja vu come June, July, whenever the season ends. I'm not quite sure what the dates are anymore. When we get another one, when we get 18, LeBron's hand, is it going to be full at that point? Is he going to have all 5? No.
Have a handful.
He going to have his handful? Oh, shit. Yeah. It's coming soon, man. It's coming soon. He's going to have a handful. I'm just saying. Give it some time. We'll be with you guys for the whole ride. In the meantime, slide your feet.
Slide your feet, Kuz.
Karma gon' come. Hope I'm ready when she do. All the good that way too young. Hope I ain't good enough for you. If I ever get caught up, hope it ain't shit left I could prove. Cause I'm only 21, ain't got shit left I could